Now, from the 11th to the 13th of July, Kippies will come alive with the sounds of Ziwe, Lufefe and the Art Cave as they debut their highly anticipated new work, Sombali, the Florist. So this 3-day journey promises an experience where music storytelling and audience interaction bloom together. At the core of this groundbreaking performance is a charming narrator, the Florist, who uses the metaphor of plants and nature to explore big ideas such as land reform, identity, love, and the challenges faced by creatives. Now, Ziwe, Lufefe, as well as Pila Ngumalo join us this morning to chat a little bit further. Good morning to the both of you. Thank you. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So these are pertinent discussions that have to be had, and it's exciting to see the format and the way it's going to be told. Perhaps, Ziwe, you could start us off, the inspiration behind it, how this would have all come to be.
So first and foremost, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. A little bit nervous, but also excited.
You're doing well. You're doing very well.
Thank you. So I've always been a fan of the arts. Both of my parents are actually involved heavily in the arts, and I've always been involved in farming and agriculture as well. The family is rooted in that. So this is sort of like a narrative that blends my two passions into one. That's essentially where it came from. It's been in the pipeline for quite a while, and I'm excited to give the audience an opportunity to experience it and a preview to the unreleased work.
I actually want to get into those narratives that come to the fore, because if we're looking at the relationship between the narrator, the Florist, in relation to who we are, land reform as well, given our own history as a country. Tell us a little bit more about the symbolism that's coming through on that front.
So in terms of land reform, it's actually the opening track where the song is called Uglilela Umhlaba, which is crying for the land. The question is, how do we plant, how do we sow these seeds, how do we reap if we don't have land that we're gonna sort of navigate and plant in? So it's sort of like creating a space on a physical level, but also on a metaphorical level of cultivating the land of the people's hearts so that we can plant these seeds and these gems that are actually within the narrative as well.
Yeah, absolutely. So Pete, I want to bring into the conversation the partnership between the Arts Cave as well as Ziwe and Lufefe. How did that come to be? Why do you think it's such a good synergy for this as well?
Thank you so much. So as the Art Cave, we were given an opportunity to run Kippies Fringe at the Market Theatre. So we are curating the program until December. So then we're looking at, in terms of the programming, and then we're looking at, okay, July is actually 100 years for Kippi Moeketsi, who is the space is named after. So therefore we decided that, okay, Sombali the Florist actually speaks to what Kippi Moeketsi was doing. So therefore it is a good show to open the Kippies month. So we're saying this is Kippies 100th centenary at the Kippies Fringe. So Sombali the Florist was a good show to actually open that month.
No, absolutely. And if we look at the creative process and what the Art Cave also offered, do you want to speak a little bit more about that as well?
Yes, yes. So the Art Cave is a multidisciplinary space. Is an experimental space. So we're more interested in creating work and also giving platforms and opportunities to young up-and-coming emerging theatre makers. You know, so we've been running a festival called Yes Let for quite some time, and then when the opportunity was offered to us to say now the Kippies Fringe space needs to be revived, and we feel like we are the good people that can revive the space because we've been working with a lot of fringe work. You know, so therefore we're like, okay, this is an opportunity for us to really experiment and see what more can we do other than just like a drama, just like theater, but then how more we can experiment. So a show like Sombali the Florist is an experimental show, whereas it's a mixture of music, it's a mixture of rap and live performance, but also as a theater person who loves theater, it's also can come and watch it because it's also more of a storytelling. So there's a lot of things that's happening at Kippies Fringe that is curated by the Art Cave until December.
No, absolutely. There's a lot in store. And I'm even just wondering about the challenges that you have had to incur. I mean, if we, beyond the story and the narrative, just putting this all together, the travel, people involved as well, what comes to mind, and how would you have overcome that process as well?
So I'd say one of the biggest challenges that I've experienced is the fact that I actually do work full-time in corporate as well. So trying to navigate the two spaces was a little bit difficult, but it was actually also quite beautiful because they sort of feed into one another in a very interesting way, because you can't have one without the other. It's about having a life-work balance. So I think that was one of the challenges. Another one was actually wrestling with the work and trying to understand how to translate it from being a musical album to being a something that is going to be performed on stage with multiple themes. As Pila has mentioned, the themes of theater, the themes of experimentation, and the different genres that we're going to be navigating as a team. So that was a challenge, but we have overcome it, and I believe that the audience will definitely enjoy, and it's something that if they miss out, there will be more, but it would be great for them to...
That was my next question, because obviously it's a conversation starter and it appeals to so many all around our own country, even just the continent as well. If we're looking at what you want people to walk away with, let me start with you and then we'll go to you, Pila. What is that, and how do you see it also expanding to perhaps encourage change?
I would say my objective in this show, and our objective isn't necessarily to see an immediate impact, because as you know, with agriculture and farming, it takes a lot of time for the seeds that have been planted in order to bloom. But the ultimate thing is to start the discussion, is to put people in a position where we're able to engage with these different topics, the land reform, the state of the arts, the brain drain that we're experiencing as a country, and to spark that discussion and to sort of have a soundboard for people to be able to jump off of in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Peter, what about you?
I think for me, this is a reflection towards 100 years of Kippies Moeketsi, because I feel like it's one of the jazz icons that has never been well recognized in the country. So a lot of people don't know about Kippies Moeketsi. So this moment here is actually a reflection of who Kippies Moeketsi was. So Kippies Moeketsi was born on the 27th of July, 100 years ago. So therefore, at the beginning of the Sombali the Florist, this month is actually about that. So people should come and watch Sombali the Florist as part of reflecting on who Kippies Moeketsi was. You know, this is the beginning of the whole of things that's going to happen at Kippies Fringe, Kippies Fringe this month.
And then obviously continue until December.
Yeah, then it's continue until
How
December.
do they follow you guys, keep the conversations also going as they, keep up to date with what's happening?
So we do have our social media handles. There's the Market Theatre, there's the Art Cave, there's Ziwe Lufefe as well. But then there's also the website, the Market Theatre website, specifically under the Kippies Fringe. So those are the places where they can engage with us.
Gentlemen, thank you for your time at this hour. Congrats. Looking forward to plenty more action as it continues. But of course, just this morning in conversation with director of Sombali, Ziwe Lufefe, alongside facilitator Pila Ngumalo, chatting to us about Sombali, the Florist, of course, where you can also catch all that action. We'll be right back after this. Stay tuned.